the drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and teddy pants less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest with a laugh and a cheer. We lay down our bets, no serious analysis, no expert critique, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. Sideline jokes and post-match tales, all the big goofs and epic fails. We're not so serious and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Wasted world of sports, here's to more cheers. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.
Wasted World of Sports crew, ahoy! How is everybody doing? I nearly dropped my phone. What a fantastic start. Tanya Godwin, ahoy there. You know what? I was thinking about you the other night, not in any sort of weird way. I was just thinking, I wonder if Tanya Godwin will pop up at any point during this rugby championship season. Very nice to see you there. Now, it's been a little bit difficult switching from rugby league to rugby union. There's just some little differences. I mean, the number of players per team, for example, we're down to 22 players in a squad for the rugby league. I've had to shift that. Obviously, there's a much bigger squad on game day for the rugby union, so that's for all my little players down the bottom and whatnot. So, Michael, ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Now, I'm going to slap on an SGM for this one. Anytime try scorers in this market. A couple of things to process before I go ahead and do this. It's the first test of the season, so I actually don't think this will be an extreme blowout. I think New Zealand will win comfortably, and they'll win by a margin that is... We probably won't look back on it and consider it a blowout. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I think we know what to expect from France. They're always brave. They're not afraid to throw the ball around, and it is a style of play that can, whether they're full strength or not, it's a style of play that can ask question marks around the All Blacks, and some of the best All Blacks teams in history have fallen short against a French outfit with nothing to lose. So It's our first time seeing the Dave Rennie All Blacks. So let's see how he goes. Look, I've got confidence that the All Blacks will win, and they'll win, like I said, a score that is going to be somewhat comfortable at the end. Maybe a late try at the end just extends that margin. I'm going to predict somewhere in the region of 35 points to 18, let's just say. 35-18. Is that a fair? That seems like a fair score that could come across. Because you've got to think, first test of the season, things will be a little bit clunky. It's a real opportunity for France. Yes, they have not sent their strongest team, but when has that ever stopped France before from causing a boil over, right? I saw a couple of years ago, they sent, you couldn't even call it a B team. They sent down to Australia. Now, obviously, we can't compare the Wallabies to the All Blacks. I mean, I should slap myself for even contemplating what happened to the Wallabies could even possibly happen to the All Blacks. But, yeah, France, they sent, you couldn't even call it a B team. It was a C team. It was a C squad that they sent down. And they very nearly pipped Australia in that 3-test series. It was quite fascinating viewing. Anyway, what am I doing here? Yes, I was going to put a same-game multi on this game. Mania 2, ahoy there. All Blacks will win. Larens, Antonio Dupont never wants to play outside the Northern Hemisphere. I'll tell you what, it's obviously part and parcel with being a professional sportsman in an international sport, but can't say that I'd be all that thrilled about the travel as well. Say, can someone else? We've got to travel to America to play. Can you pick somebody else? And probably why I never became a professional sports person. But I digress. Okay, New Zealand versus France. I've got a couple of players that are always my go-to when it comes to same-game multis for the All Blacks. Will Jordan and Codie Taylor. They've let me down every bit as much as they've come through for me. So fingers crossed that in this first test under Dave Rennie, the experienced old heads, Codie Taylor and Will Jordan, will get across the line. Absolutely love this man, Theo Adesogbi for France. He was one of my favourite players to watch during the Six Nations, and I'm backing him to get across the line here tonight. As I said, I'm expecting France to just throw the ball around. Not to say that they won't play without any game plan or any sort of structure, but I just think they throw the ball around. They're not afraid of losing, basically. They have no fear of losing. Everybody expects them to. Chances are that they will get absolutely flogged if it all clicks for the All Blacks. But like I said, first test out, very real possibility that it doesn't happen. And Jordie Barrett to round out the try scorers. And I think that is a nice little... That is a nice little bit of coverage there that we've got. So, what do we reckon? Laren says it's just good to see that we won't see Beauden Barrett kick 10+ times. Actually, that raises a very good talking point. I am thrilled to see how Ruben Love goes. Ruben Love, the starting fly half, and a couple of new faces. Like, I haven't really kept up with Super Rugby this season, so there's going to be a couple of new names there for me that I'm very curious to see how they go. Fabulous to see Ruben Love get his chance. But let's see, there's a couple of players that I don't recognize. Well, I've heard the names, but I haven't really followed along with them all that much. Like I said, I didn't do Super Rugby this year. I sat it out. I've lost a lot of interest in the Super Rugby, I've got to admit. Just the format does not thrill me. And so we'll just have to wait and see how these players go. Some of these new names that are unfamiliar for me, we'll see how they go. Josh Lord's one that I am aware of. Sam Darry is completely new to me. XP Eminem, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok, nice and early. Very much appreciate it, mate. I better go ahead and place this one. Anytime try scorers. So, yeah, that's my 4. Codie Taylor, Will Jordan and Jordie Barrett for the All Blacks. I'm looking for try scorers from them. The experienced heads leading from the front under this new regime. And Theo Adesogbe for France. He's come through for me many, many times. So hopefully he comes through again here tonight. Teams getting ready to come out onto the field. Of course, the difference between Rugby Union Internationals and the NRL that we normally cover, lots of pre-game shenanigans. Well, I shouldn't call it shenanigans, should I? It's national anthems and, of course, the haka. Things of that nature that are all very, very important and passionate to the players out there. I always talk about the passion on show during the anthems. It usually gives us a little bit of an indication of just how up the teams are for it. And I'm not necessarily talking about singing. One of the most ridiculous things, in my opinion, is when teams get criticized or players get criticized. But, oh, such and such wasn't singing out loud during the national anthem. Who cares? Were they standing in attention? Maybe eyes closed, steely-eyed focus? Not everybody is born to sing, right? And some people are a bit self-conscious about singing out loud in public, even if you are with your mates on a footy field. So I think it's one of the most ridiculous criticisms that pops up. Oh, he wasn't singing the nation's anthem. Anyway, got me off on a little bit of a... Emmanuel walks with you. Ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Odd Poppet. Ahoy, buddy. You know what, Odd Poppet? I was nearly late to this live stream on account of us bollocking about on Discord, going down a rabbit hole of music. It was fun times, though. Johnny Michael, yes, this is on Stan. This game is indeed on Stan. Jordie, ahoy, mate. Welcome along to this one. It's so good to have international rugby back, by the way. We enjoy the NRL. I love covering the NRL. But rugby, I mean, rugby's my true love. If we can... Okay, terrible way to describe it, I know. But, okay, rugby's my true love. NRL's my side piece. Please don't think any less of me for using that as an analogy. That is not how I live my life, for real. Chopper, ahoy, mate. Chopper 4387. Here come France out onto the fields. You know that France are going to throw this around and take the game to the All Blacks. You just know it. I cannot even begin to describe how many times I've sat through All Blacks in unlosable games against France, and there's been an ambush, an almighty ambush has happened a couple of times at World Cups. Completely different French teams, of course. Completely different All Black teams. It is hard to compare across generations, but yeah, they're one of those teams that just for whatever reason. And for the All Blacks, they're starting to get a few too many teams just like that, aren't they? They don't have that same... The word aura gets thrown around a fair bit, but they don't have that same aura that they used to. The All Blacks, it used to feel like they were invincible. Even when they were... I mean, how many times did they break Irish hearts before Ireland finally got that breakthrough victory? Just as an example. But they just don't have that same vibe about them anymore, that same aura. Here they come, Ardie Savea, leading the troops out onto the park. Cameron Roigard starting at scrum half. There he is, Ruben Love. So keen to see how he goes. Tania Godwin, you saw the Maori All Black game against Japan. What a comeback. Japan, of course, are playing today as well. This new initiative from World Rugby, the Nations Championship. They've got North versus South. Now, my understanding of how this works exactly is there's two groups. There's a Northern Hemisphere group and a Southern Hemisphere group. So they're separated into conference style, group style, and the first round of games will be played in the Southern Hemisphere. And that's obviously happening now. That's what we're here enjoying at the moment. And the second round of games will happen in the Northern Hemisphere in the traditional November tour spot. It used to be It used to happen anyway, basically. The Northern Tours. It's just given a little bit of interest, I suppose, or what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is give a little bit of interest, eliminate the feeling that they're just dead games. They don't mean anything. The international tours. Teams, I think, will still treat it that way. The reality of the situation with international rugby, of course, as we know, for those who follow it, like myself, it's all about World Cups, isn't it? All about World Cups. So teams look to build for the World Cup. They'll still send B teams. They'll still send backup players. But it does give a little bit more interest to the traditional just end-of-season tours or mid-season tours, as it were. Bonali, ahoy there, mates. They're trying to rival the Soccer World Cup, you think? Bros knows too much. Bros knows too much. The All Blacks are about to start. Just going through the national anthems at the moment, and then the teams will get underway. So, yeah, it's interesting. Bonali trying to rival the Soccer World Cup. They already have a Rugby World Cup that happens every 4 years, which is the full-blown tournament with many, many years of qualifying that takes place. I would say that if World Rugby is trying to do that. Oh, you mean right now trying to... Okay, I think I understand what you mean. I think you understand that competing for ratings right now at this very particular point in time, rather than creating a tournament that rivals the Soccer World Cup, because that's where my head went initially. It's like, but they already have a tournament that does that every 4 years. Yeah, you think that they're trying to compete for ratings and whatnot. That makes a lot more sense. Bonali, you only support two teams. You support Rugby, Italy and the All Blacks, because you're Italian. Ah, very nice. You know what? I used to know how to say cheers in Italian. I mean, what a pointless story. Sorry about that. New Zealand Duff, ahoy, mate. Tallis Duncan let us down last night. Well, in fairness, Tallis Duncan didn't. Remember, a couple of minutes to go until the full-time siren. Souths were attacking the line. Tallis Duncan hit the ball. Well, he was running as if he was going to hit the ball, but they went out the back. I reckon, honestly, if they went short to him on that crash ball, he would have been over, and, well, we all would have been cheering. But anyway, that is the nature of the beast, isn't it? Let's see how today goes. Theo Adesogbe, one of my favourite players, out there on the wing for France. Left wing, I do believe. So we'll keep an eye on him as the All Blacks get ready for the haka. Ardie Savea calling the troops into a huddle. Stay hunky. Ahoy, mate. Codie Taylor to lead the haka. I do reckon the All Blacks win. My score prediction, All Blacks, what did I say? 35-18, I think I said. 35-18. Jordie, before Stan, what was the rugby originally on? Some of the rugby was on KO. Some of the rugby was, I believe it was on BN Sports. Is that how you pronounce it? Do we all know the channel I'm talking about? BN Sports. Let's see, what rendition of the haka do they burst out here? Traditional kamate. Oh, it's Kapawango, I believe. Now, you know what that signifies? That signifies that the All Blacks are ready to make a statement in their first... Can I change my tip? Can I change my scoreline prediction? If they're pulling out Kapawango, it means big occasion. And I changed my tip from 35 points to 18 to 47, 18. Oh, the All Blacks. Very, very aggressive rendition there of the haka. They are ready for this one, you do believe. Some new names that I have to try and get used to, as I said. Stay hunky, says Dan. You should have put Roigard as well in the multi. I did. You know what? I gave serious consideration to it. I also reckon Cortez Ratama coming on late. Cortez Ratama. You know who else I actually liked? Ethan, I am de Groot. He is just a workhorse up front. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, obviously, if a maul gets set up close to the line off a line out, which is why I've got Codie Taylor slapped in there. But if there's any sort of ruck ball close to the line, Ethan de Groot, he's a workhorse. He always goes in burrowing, looking for it. He's an opportunity as well that I might come back to regret not putting in. We'll see. I had a choice. It was down to Codie Taylor or Ethan de Groot. Let's just see if I've gone the wrong way. Kickoff. Seconds away. There he is. Theo Adesogbe over on the left wing. Need him to come through for me. France was a little bit of an unknown for me in this game in terms of putting try scorers in. So, fingers crossed. Theo Adesogbe, he's come through for me many, many times. Hopefully he can get that job done again. It looks like France are going to kick off. First half about to get off and running. Referee Luke Pearce from England. First Rugby International of the season. Carl, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Cheers, mate. The very first ever Nations Championship. Come on. Can we get this thing started? Jeez. I mean, I apologize if they were doing like a minute's silence for somebody or something, but good Lord. Come on. The countdown is on. We do have a multi on this one. Codie Taylor, Will Jordan, Theo Adesogbe, and Jordie Barrett. Anytime tries. Kickoff. France, they send it into the 22. And the All Blacks are driven back. France look to march over the top. But it's there for Roigard at the back of the ruck. About 15 out from their own line. The All Blacks in this left corner. Setting up an exit. Ways is better. Let's see how Rennie goes. David Rennie, of course, former coach of the Wallabies, as Roigard clears from the base of the ruck. And he will find touch. Calling for more distance on it. He'll find touch up around the 30-meter mark. France go quickly. Luku sends it out into midfield. And they've got some good early forward momentum here, even in defense. Right from the kickoff, you saw France charge through and put pressure on. But like we said, we expected them to be up for this fight early on. And now a cutout pass out to the right flank. Turn back inside for Max Spring. And Spring's brought down 10 out from the line. Here they come, the French. By the way, what a fantastic name, Max Spring. One of the greatest rugby player names I've ever heard. It opens up on the left edge and straight through Damian Pinot. What a great start for France. Damian Pinot. Some big, big space out to that left edge. And they were just lining up to score. What happened to the All Blacks defense there? It was in tatters. Oh, it's a dream start. Oh, an absolute dream start. Damian Pinot. The ambush is on, people. The ambush is on. Oh, Jordie Barrett. Jordie, Barrett caught in no man's land in the defensive line. 5 to the left of the post. Luchu converts. And it is an absolute dream of a start here for France. 7 points to 0. 2 minutes gone. Oh, and now, wait just a minute. The TMO is now going to have a look at a tackle by one of the All Blacks. And this could be problems. This could be a disastrous start to the campaign for David Rennie. Damian McKenzie. Oh, it's Ruben Love. Ruben Love, shoulder to the face. Now, there were mitigating factors here. Ardie Savea made the tackle from behind on Max Spring. Ruben Love stayed committed coming forward. It's going to be a yellow card here against Ruben Love. A horror start for Ruben. Cutie Dingo, ahoy there. Oh, Max Spring, he was brought down from behind by Ardie Savea and into the shoulder of Ruben Love. Clear contact to the head. And this will likely have to be a yellow card. He's into the pocket. He's into the pocket already. Ruben Love will be 10 in the bin. So Damian McKenzie, this is what I'm guessing anyway. Damian McKenzie will come up from fullback into the number 10 role. And Will Jordan will move back and cover fullback. And they'll shift somebody out for the gap on the edge. But boy, oh boy, what a start for France. 7 points to 0. A try to Damien Penaud converted by Luchu. And Ruben Love sent for a yellow card. 10 minutes in the bin. A nice exit up towards halfway. The All Blacks back in possession. But boy, what a reality check. 2 minutes into this contest. Reality check for me too, because here I was talking about what a blowout the score will be. And it's been a fantastic start here for France. Roigard drifts to the left. And a short ball for Darry. They stay left. The double pump from McKenzie goes short. And Jacobson fights his way through the first line. Roigard out of the back of the ruck. Can't find space. They're 22 metres out now, the All Blacks. Darry crawls across the turf for another few metres. McKenzie, cut out pass to the right. Savea in front of the post. Takes it down just out the 22. Back left they go. McKenzie throws a forward pass over the top. Oh, it's been allowed to go. Inside the 22. The All Blacks take it. Caleb Clark, a good carry. And McKenzie, as I thought, has come in and filled in that number 10 role with Ruben Love. 10 minutes in the bin. Ardie Savea loses the ball forward. France come away with it. Penalty All Blacks, though. Not rolling away. And it's right out in front. You would take the 3 points here, surely. Ruben Love in the sin bin. Damian McKenzie steps up. You surely take the shot at 3 here. Put points on the ball. Oh, they're going to go to the corner. Well, what do I know? What the hell do I know? Okay, I understand what it is. I have way too conservative a coaching style. Way too conservative coaching style, apparently. The All Blacks are coming for more. Aggressive on the attack. Here we go. Codie Taylor to throw the line out. 5 metres out on that left edge. It goes to the middle. Josh Lord brings it down. And the rolling maul is set. Codie's got it at the back. Told to use it now. Codie breaks away. Dummies. And he's taken down by Luchu still. 5 metres out. Roigard with nowhere to go. Nobody to pass to. Where were the runners? Advantage now as France drive through illegally. And now it's pretty much a free hit here for the All Blacks. McKenzie is sacked, though. Penalty advantage. You should imagine that they'll go again if they get the opportunity. Taylor goes left for Jordan. He's brought down a great legs tackle by Moefana. Codie Taylor takes it on again. Not making any progress here. The French defense, very solid. Clint 007, ahoy, mate. The ball out to the right where there's space. Barrett sends it on for Tupai. Steps back in field, and Ardie brings him down 10 metres out. They've lost the ball, the All Blacks, but it was a long advantage. They'll come all the way back over to the left edge for the penalty, where France were driving through illegally at ruck time. Six minutes gone. Now, do they step up and take the three here? They almost have to put it into the corner again here, really. They have to. They can't now, and they do. I was an advocate for taking the three, but once they've made that decision to put the attack on, they can't suddenly turn around and say, we'll have the three on the second go. Over on that left edge, line out time again, 5 metres out. Two balls on the field. Codie Taylor. 5 minutes left in the sin bin for Ruben Love, by the way. 6.5 minutes gone. Taylor goes to the back and it's pilfered. Oscar Jagour steals it down for France. And they have the possession. 5 out from their own line. Oh, that's really, really poor. Oh, but France now trying to get a little too cheeky. And the penalty goes for the All Blacks. Savea taps and goes quickly. Burrows his way under. And he's held up half a metre out. Roigard for McKenzie. Cut out pass right for Barrett. A huge floater over to Jordan. And Will Jordan scores. The All Blacks hit back. It's the first tick off our multi. The ever-reliable William Jordan. And some beautiful long passing, first by Damian McKenzie and second by Jordie Barrett. And the All Blacks strike back over in this right corner. 7 points to 5 with the kick to come. That was much, much better. Long passing. Ardie was a long way in field. And a beautiful finish. Jordan plants it down while he's still in the air. Ardie with a fantastic effort. I thought they'd cocked it up when they went long with the line out and it was pilfered. Damian McKenzie from the sideline needs to hook this one back, but it holds its line out to the right. 7 points to 5. One try apiece. First try tonight by Damian Pinot for France. Will Jordan striking back for the All Blacks. 7 points to 5. Tickety tick off the multi. Clint 007, Jordan's off your multi as well. Nice as France go deep with the restart. Taken on the 22. Roigard sets up the exit, the box kick. Looking for touch. Doesn't find it, though. It lands just inside the touchline for Hastoy. France have it back on halfway. Robert Peters, ahoy, mate. Slow ruck ball here. Lucha sends it out into midfield. And the All Blacks race up and put the hit on. Better ruck speed this time for France. As they take it into the All Blacks half. Oop, they've got the ball too, by the way. I shouldn't switch that one over. A flick pass out the back of the hands from Jalibert. But France are under pressure here. Some aggressive defense from the All Blacks. And now in over the top. France holding on. No, they're not. It's a penalty. Hands off. Very close there for Jacobson, says the referee. Very close. Just went on a little bit too long. Robert Peters, you didn't know that I do rugby union as well. Mate, rugby union's the whole reason that this channel started. This channel was born into existence from the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Absolutely love my rugby. Lamoth throws into the line out. 22 out from the All Blacks line. The rolling maul is set. But now a couple of pods break away and France go to ground 15 out. Penalty advantage. The All Blacks caught offside at ruck time. And here's a big opportunity. France taking the fight here to the All Blacks as we expected in the early stages of this game. A little kick through in behind the line. McKenzie tracks back for it and will run it over the dead ball line there. D-Mac will come back for the penalty. No advantage played. Penalty to France. Now, do they take the 3? About 10 metres out, 15 in from touch. Do they think about the 3 points here? No, they're going to put it to the corner. Boy, how things have changed, right? Boy, how things have changed. I remember an era where one of the big arguments, we know that I follow both codes. I follow rugby league and rugby union. I'm a fan of both. We'll come back to that story anyway as the line out won by France. Crabbing sideways here, but the maul is set. Luchu just waiting for it at the back. Now he breaks away. Back down the short side. Kick in for Adesogbe. It doesn't sit up. It's too heavy. Adesogbe can't get to the ball. Oh, can you imagine? 11 and a half minutes in, being 2 ticks up. Boy, oh boy. Just needing that one to be a little shorter off the boot. The All Blacks go quickly out to the left and they spill the ball. Caleb Clark. He wanted it. He was calling for it, but the service was way too far out in front. And France get another opportunity. But yes, as I was talking about before, isn't it funny how things have changed? One of the big arguments that used to be about league versus union, all the rugby league fan mates of mine that couldn't stand union used to be like, oh, all the points are scored through penalty goals. At least there's tries in rugby league. The thing that I find funny now is we follow the NRL, of course. We follow the NRL religiously. Teams don't even think twice about taking the 2 points, the penalty goal in rugby league now. In rugby union, we're seeing the complete opposite. We're seeing teams turn down opportunities at 3 in order to put the attack on and score tries. I find that funny how the whole mindset has shifted. It used to be one of the big arguments, like, oh, it's all penalty goals. At least we score tries. And yeah, boy, how it's flipped. How the game has flipped. Ruben Love is back on the field for the All Blacks. So Damian McKenzie will now go back to fullback. Penalty at scrum time here for France. They go quickly. And they bring it to the 22, right out in midfield. And another penalty. The All Blacks not rolling away. It's Luke Jacobson. Now this one's much closer, Rod Poppet. This was right out in front. 30 metres. And they are going to have the shot. They've had the shot now. Jeez, that was a quick call on not rolling away. The referee has laid down the gauntlet. This is the ruck speed that he wants. He wants a really, really fast, free-flowing game. Which is fine. Fine, absolutely fine by me. Now, somebody in the TikTok chat was asking if I'll be covering the Japan game. Unfortunately not. This nation's championship, it kind of took me by surprise a little bit in terms of it popped up very, very quickly. Luchu puts it over. The penalty goal successful. And France lead 10 points to 5. 14 and a half minutes to go. Good start here for France. But yeah, this tournament kind of stuck up on me a little bit, to be honest. And I only just got all the graphics and everything set up in time for this game. Like, literally just in time. As the ball taken down by France for the restart, they're heading out to the left edge. Moefana, I believe it is, and he's copped a high shot. No, it wasn't. It was Hastoy. My apologies. Hastoy's on the field. Max Spring is off. Max Spring, of course, was the one who was hit high by Ruben Love, so presumably he's off for HIA. Penalty there for high contact. It was up above the shoulders of Hastoy there. France fine touch just short of halfway. Well, interesting call, shall we say. Frustration from Dave Rennie. I've seen that look before on Dave Rennie as the All Blacks pilfer the lineouts. Crucial steal, you feel. They immediately shift all the way out to the left. McKenzie straightens up and brings it back in field a little bit, but still 15 in from that left edge. A nice wraparound play in midfield. Jordie Barrett now goes late out the back to nobody, and it's scooped up by France. Luchu puts the counter kick in, and it sits up in the 22. Love is back for it, pops it up for Caleb, and Clark gets it away for McKenzie to clear. But, by God, they're under the pump here, the All Blacks. Kick doesn't find touch, and back comes Jalibert, 30 metres out for France to build again. Boy, oh boy. This is a disastrous start for the Dave Rennie-led All Blacks. Or Dave Rennie coached All Blacks. I was going to say they had a shot of Rennie up in the coach's box before, and I thought, I've seen that look. A space out on that right edge again. France looking dangerous. Inside the red zone they go. Setting up phase after phase inside the 22. Now they shift to the left, and well defended there by Jordie Barrett. Holding them up off the deck. France get to ground. Still inside the 22. Ardie does well to hold on to it with one hand, and he's brought down inside the red zone. France now setting it up. Nice ball out the back here. 22 out right in front of the posts. Jago into play scrum half. That was a long way for the big man to bend down and get that ball. The pick and go from the back of the ruck. 15 metres out. France coughed the ball up. There's the mistake. Counter-attack was on, but Caleb Clark, he can't get the ball in. Double knock on. First one by France. Scrum down for the All Blacks just on the edge of their 22. Early possession going the way of France, 52%. It's been a great start here for France. But yes, David Rennie. They had a shot in the coach's box of him looking very, very frustrated. And I was thinking to myself, I didn't think to myself. I said it out loud on the stream, didn't I? I said, I've seen that look before. That was the very look that Dave Rennie had week after week when he was coaching the Wallabies. That's not good signs early. I mean, maybe Rennie's just a passionate coach and he expresses his emotions for the world to see up there in the box. Maybe that's just how he is. But it's not good early signs there for the All Blacks to see David Rennie reacting like that. Their very first test. Odd Poppet, cheers, mate, for taking care of that. For some reason, whenever we do a rugby stream, yes, that spam seems to pop up all the time. Davis Sorbell. They should have given Razor more time. I wholeheartedly agree. I feel like, honestly, as this scrum packs down for the All Blacks again, I honestly feel like Razor was just a little too tentative. My honest appraisal of Scott Robertson, he was a little tentative as space now for the All Blacks. Out to the right, Will Jordan. Well wrapped up by Ardie Savea. Roigard, dummies. Takes it up the middle. Now Savea with the pick and go. Up to halfway, march the All Blacks. Roigard into midfield. Beautiful wraparound play there for Ruben Love. Sends McKenzie into a big gap. Turns it back in for Roigard. And France scramble back. 30 metres out in midfield. Front foot ball here for the All Blacks. Fantastic little play there. And now out to the left edge for Caleb Clark. Turns it back inside for a try for Peter Lakai. Runs it around under the posts. And we are all square with the kick to come. Try for Peter Lakai. Well, he wasn't in my multi. Nice little wraparound play there for McKenzie to open them up the middle to start. And then they had them absolutely skittled out to the left. McKenzie to Lackeye for Clark on the left edge. Turns it back inside for Lackeye. Great work there. The All Blacks are about to take the lead, you would think. But yeah, Scotty Razor Robertson, I would have given him more time. I would have actually sat him down and said, look, this is the impression that I get. This is my appraisal. As Ruben Love converts and puts the All Blacks in the lead, 12 points to 10. I would have sat him down and I would have said, look, mate, my gut feeling is that you're, for whatever reason, you're being a little tentative with your selections. You know what? Honestly, you can blow up completely the team that you inherited and pick your own squad. Like, I just want you to be, I want you to know that you have our backing to do that. If you don't feel comfortable with the squad that you inherited, blow it up and start again, and we'll back you for a year or two to build it. Penalty here from the kickoff. France off their feet at ruck time. Jago giving it away. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on Scott Razor Robinson. I feel like he'll look back at his time as the All Blacks coach as, yeah, maybe I was a little too tentative in my selections. Should have just blown the whole thing up and started afresh. All Blacks finally touched 10 short of halfway. 22 minutes gone in this one. The line-out is not straight. Codie Taylor gets it wrong, and it will be a scrum down here for France. Just short of the halfway line, and yeah, a little bit of skew there, the throw. David Tuakara give the All Blacks the first half to get their stuff together. Then they're good to go. France with the scrum. 40 metres out from the line. They've put up a very solid performance in this opening half. Can they keep it going? The scrum binds, it sets. Luchu doesn't even get a chance to feed. France collapse on that far side, and it's a penalty to the All Blacks. Mook, ahoy, mate. Over there on the TikTok, I've just come to realize that I am missing the Twitch chat room. Dear, oh dear. Up the chief, ahoy, mate. Sorry I missed your early chats there, my friend. My apologies. I didn't even realize that I didn't even have the bloody Twitch open. Nice to see you again, my friend. All right. All Blacks line out. 40 metres out. Onto the attack they go. Big defence in midfield here for France. But yes, up the chief. Nice to see you again, mate. Play on. All Blacks. Still 40 metres out. A couple of phases here. No progress made. Now, McKenzie. The double pump and huge cutout pass out to the right for Will Jordan. And Jordan stepping back in field. 30 out from the line. Here comes Darry. Sam Darry actually reminds me of, you know, back in school, you used to ask your mates, so you got a Darry? Have you got a Darry? Quick hands from McKenzie. Oh, but then it's spilt forward there by Quintupai. And France come away with it. Big defense there from France. Bumba in midfield. Takes it up. DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. You've had a rough day, eh? That's no good, mate. Stomach virus. Well, hope you're feeling better. Well, I mean, as good as possible. Obviously not a good thing to happen at all, mate. But yes, here's to a speedy recovery. Cheers. I probably don't advise you have one of these, though, under current circumstances. Luchu has it at the back. The box kick clearance from 10 short of halfway. And it's going to be taken outside the 22 by Love, who drops it back And a kick pass over for Clark on the left. France come racing up to put pressure on. Good work there by Max Spring, and Clark has just been given no space there. They saw the threat and they diffused it as quickly as possible. The bounce just wasn't kind for him as Roigard back for Love to clear, although he puts the high ball up, not looking for distance. Charging through his Jordan, he can't claim it. And now the counter-attack is on here for France. Down the left edge. Great work from Cam Roigard. Oh, it's been allowed to play on. Roigard surely got across and put the man into touch. But the touchy was nowhere near the play. And it's allowed to go on. Roigard was claiming it immediately. Still there for France now. La Bamba. Up to the 22 as they head out to the right. Luchu keeps it down that short right side. Jalabert with a beautiful ball. Here's Spring. Pops it back in field. They're 5 meters out now. Luchu back into midfield. Jago, dummies. And he's brought down now close to the posts. Big opportunity now. And numbers to the left for France if they use quick hands. The ball deflects backwards. And they have to retreat to the 22. Jordan trying to put pressure on at ruck time, but still there for France. Zoe, ahoy. Zoe plays. Thinking about the kick there. Ardie Savea through the hands now for Spring. Steps back in field. Back inside the 22 they go. From the back of the ruck, Gazzotti. Short ball for Pinot. Coughs it up. Backwards though, says the referee. It's play on. Orodo. 10 meters out here, just to the left of the post. Slow ruck here. Again, Jacobson, very slow to roll away. The All Blacks defense holding firm. Lamoth bobbles the ball. And it's good go forward drive in defense from the All Blacks. Jordie Barrett trying to get in over the top of this. Penalty advantage to France. The cutout pass out to the right. It's gone in behind the man. And that stalls the momentum here for France. Dropping it out the back for Luchu. It's loose. But still there for France. Still penalty advantage. Orodo, pick and go. 10 meters out. Play breaks down. They'll come back for the penalty. Now France, they'll surely take the shot at 3 here and take the lead. Penalty right out in front. 10 meters. This is the lead of the game. 28.5 minutes gone. Oh, we got blood out of the eye here. Ardie Savea. He's in the wars. Luchu to step up. Oi. 29.5 minutes gone. France about to reclaim the lead in this one. Luchu from right in front. The simplest of simple penalty goals. France lead by 1. Too many penalties down in the red zone. All Blacks still giving away penalties. Says Tanya Godwin. 13 points to 12. Tell you what, this new initiative by World Rugby, the Nations Championship. 10 minutes left in the opening half. You would say that it's off to a red-hot start as Jalabert clears up over halfway. It's a monster of a boot. The All Blacks go quickly. Love has it in midfield. Switches back to the left edge. Completely stands them up in midfield. Offloads for Lord. And France scramble and shut it down. Lakai, he's already got one try tonight, looking for a second. Quick hands from McKenzie. And beautiful work from Tupai wrapping around. Sends Jordan in open space. And Adesogby with the try saver. 15 metres out down this right edge. The All Blacks building nicely. TJ Shack says, can somebody get Ardie Savea a towel? He's been in the wars early on here, Ardie. Jordie Barrett pops it up here for De Groot. 5 metres out just to the right of the post. All Blacks shift left. Lord dummy sells a big dummy there on Moefana. Lakai to De Groot, who spills it forward. Luchu throws it into the posts. They'll come back for the knock-on. Scrappy here from the All Blacks, but we expected it, didn't we? We expected it would take some time. First test of the season. It'll take some time to work into things. Unbelievable stuff. Really, France taking the fight to the All Blacks. Brilliant effort. Halftime is approaching, not quite there yet. Nine and a half minutes to go until the break. We got time off. Yes, indeed. Shay. Oh, is it Shay or... Oh, no, that's an O. Oh, yee. England versus South Africa later is going to be immense. I can't wait for it. The Springboks versus England. Yes, indeed. Loving the idea of this new initiative from World Rugby. I've got to say, I was a little on the fence about it when they first announced it. I thought it sounded ridiculous in concept. But I completely understand it is simply to give a little bit more meaning to the games that would have been happening anyway. So, since the Southern and Northern tours take place regardless, I'm on board. I'm on board with it. Why not? Why not give it a name, give it some meaning? Nations Championship makes sense. Scrum down here. 8 minutes to go in this opening half. France have the scrum. 5 out from their own line. And they immediately clear from back in the goal line. Finding touch outside the 22. The All Blacks will have an attacking line-out throw. Tania Godwin says Staniforth is not a very French name as they immediately go off the back of the line-out. Loose hands there from Jordan. Leaves it at the back for Lakai. And they've lost some ground there, the All Blacks. It's been very, very scrappy. But still, just trailing by 1. This game, absolutely anybody's in the early stages. Out to the left edge for Jordie Barrett. Looks to step back in field. And he's taken on the 22. Roigard back into midfield for Taylor. And it's a cutout pass over into midfield. All Blacks set it up. That's the thing. France aren't even a full-strength team. We were talking about that in the pregame. They've got some familiar names, but also some very, very notable absences. As De Groot goes out the back for Love. Cut out pass to the right is spilt by Savea. And the clearing kick from Shago sends it back down to the All Blacks 22. Damian McKenzie picks it up. Spins away into free air and sends it down that right edge for Quint Tupai to clear. That's a good kick. Oh, it was Will Jordan, sorry. Well, that's why it was such a good kick. Will Jordan clearing back upfield, but the All Blacks, another missed opportunity. It'll be France line-out ball. Halftime approaching. And the line-out is 10 metres inside France's own half. Lamoth with the throw. Well, eventually. There it is. They've gone quick to the front. Luchu bats it back, but it hasn't not gone the 5. A forward pass is the call. So France went short. We've seen that little trick play many times before. The cheeky throw to the front, batted back to the hooker. And yes, forward from Luchu, back to the hooker. Scrum down here for the All Blacks. What a gift, an absolute gift. Complex basic. Ahoy, mate. Long time no see. But yeah, this is an absolute gift possession for the All Blacks. 40 out from the French line. The scrum 5 meters in from touch. Halftime approaching. France up by 1. And it is, as Tania Godwin has raised the point, penalties from the All Blacks is what's been giving it away. It's 2 tries to 1 in favour of the All Blacks. But it's penalty goals that have got France ahead. As the scrum sets, Roigard feeds. It's a solid foundation. And now it collapses. Roigard told to use it, though. As Love wraps around the back of Jordie Barrett and gets through a gap. Brought down at the back there by Ardie. Quick ruck ball. McKenzie to Caleb Clark. Angling back in field. 15 metres out from the line now, the All Blacks. Quick hands again. Deflects off the French player. It's play on. Oh, now it's been spilt. Butterfingers Jones, Jordie Barrett. And France can counter-attack. Ardie kicks downfield. Bounces just inside the touchline. And that is a monster of a kick. 30 metres out from the All Blacks line. Ardie clears. Another All Blacks mistake. Jordie Barrett took his eyes off the ball, coughs it up. And the All Blacks go over the top. Ardie Savea turns it back inside for Jordan. A little trick play there at line-out time. And now the pass goes over the head of Codie Taylor out on this right edge and into touch. Oh, the execution lacking. But there's a penalty to the All Blacks here. France offside. Lucky. 3.5 minutes until the break. Jeez, I tell you what. The concerning thing for me is they seem to be getting worse as the half goes along. Not better. Zoe, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Cheers, Zoe. That is the alarming thing. The All Blacks have not got better as the half has gone on. They've got worse. Codie Taylor throws to the middle. Great work there from France, putting pressure on, but the All Blacks do come down with it. The maul is set. Taylor controls it at the back of the maul. Still going forward. Now Taylor breaks away down the right edge. Well defended by France. It's there for Roigard. Sends it into midfield for that guy. Now Jordie Barrett. Dummies left. 40 metres out in midfield. McKenzie turns it back inside for Clark. Runs over the top of one. Uses some poor soul as a speed bump. And they're just outside the 22 now. Back into midfield. Josh Lord sets it up. Love out for De Groot. McKenzie wrapping around the back for Jordie Barrett. Tupai, quick hands onto Taylor. And Codie angles back in. Takes it inside the 22. Can the All Blacks answer right before the break? How many times do we see them do it? The All Black teams of the past. As Fletcher Newell gets the penalty advantage. France interrupting at ruck time. They can, at worst, have a shot at goal. Over here on this right edge, playing under penalty advantage. It's open on the left if they want to go there. Tupai goes down the short side, though. Codie Taylor stepping back in field. They're 5 metres out. Savea with the pick and go. And now, De Groot tries to burrow under. Reaches out for the line. I think he spilt it. Amazing. Thank you very much for the clap on TikTok. Much appreciated. Ethan, I am De Groot. Oh, he's busted open too, De Groot. I am De Groot is I am bleeding. Wow, poor bugger can't even keep his left eye open. He's got a gusher. They were that close, the All Blacks. Shotros says the French defence is underrated. They are putting in an immense effort, aren't they? As we got, oh, Christ, we've got time off. Here we go. De Groot falls short of the line, reaches out and he spills it. He's dropped it. Marius van der Westhuizen in the, well, it's not a bunker here in Rugby Union, is it? The TMO. A very easy decision for him. So 1:20 until the halftime break. The last 10 minutes possession has been 96% in favour of the All Blacks. Ruben Love steps up. They're going to put this into touch, it looks like. They are going for the line. The penalty, 10 metres out, or around about 15 metres out. 7 or so in from touch. They've plugged it into the corner. And they'll have the line-out attempt here. They've gone quickly into the middle. Lord brings it down. The maul is set. But France drive through. And it's forward momentum for the French defence. Codie Taylor now breaks away. Taylor is too far out. And he brings it to... Oh, Cam Roigard dummies and goes through a gaping hole. Cam Roigard scores the try. Picks it up off the back of the ruck that was set up by Taylor. Sells the big dummy out to the left. And the big boppers in the French defensive line fell for it. They went racing out. And Cam Roigard, boom, like Moses parting the Red Sea. He had about a 10-metre gap to run into. Try time. The All Blacks take the lead into the break. Time is up on the clock. Ruben Love from right in front. It'll be the last play of the half. Pops the conversion over. And the All Blacks, you might say, undeservingly so. 19 points to 13 leaders at the break. DJ Shack, did you hear the conversation between referee Luke Pearce and Ethan? I am De Groot. Did I score? No, unfortunately not. Ethan De Groot had no idea if he got the ball over the line or not. He obviously copped that blow to the face, bleeding out. And, yeah, the poor bugger had no idea if he'd scored a try or not. Unfortunately, I am De Groot. No try, but the All Blacks, they do get across in the end anyway. Cam Roigard, well, there it is. I mean, when you're picking anytime try scorers, that's what it comes down to. We talked about it in the pregame about Cam Roigard. I had a choice between Jordie Barrett and Cam Roigard. And like a goof, I went with Jordie Barrett, who couldn't even catch his own shadow tonight by the looks of things. He's got the dropsies. And how close has Codie Taylor been a couple of times as well? Like, we could have been going into the halftime break with 3 legs down had I picked correctly. Silky smooth moves from Cam Roigard, says J685 Toa. J Toa! Ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Silky slick indeed. And I've got to say, in all honesty, France probably deserved the halftime lead, if we're being completely honest. They have certainly come to play. Take Jacobson off. He's been a liability, hasn't he? Luke Jacobson, God bless him, given away a lot. He's very slow to roll away. The referee, he signaled. He laid down the, what do you call it? He set the marker nice and early. This was his expectation. Jacobson, he got pinged very early in the game for not rolling away at ruck time. Now, that surely suggests to a player, all right, this is the expectation now from the referee. I need to adhere to that. No, every single ruck, you see the bugger just laying there. Very slow to get away. But anyways, the All Blacks, they've taken the lead into the halftime break. And they will absolutely. Tania Godwin predicting a dressing down in the sheds. We expected it to be not perfect, shall we say. We knew that it would be a little bit scrappy. First test of the season. But, yeah, not... I wasn't expecting it to be this scrappy, shall we say. You knew that France, with nothing to lose, were going to take the fight to them. But, yeah, and I did say in the pregame I was expecting the All Blacks to take a little bit of time to build into the game. But, boy, it's been very depressing. And the look on Dave Rennie's face up in the coach's box pretty much summed it up. There was one point there, they cut to a shot of Rennie in the coach's box looking very frustrated. I immediately said, I've seen that look before. That is the exact same look that David Rennie had every single week when he was coaching the Wallabies. Not good signs early on. But anyways, it's the first 40 minutes of the regime. Let's not go judging things just yet. I still think that Scotty Razor should have been given a little bit more time. And maybe, as I said, maybe somebody just needed to sit down with him and say, look, you do have... We're backing you. We'll give you free reign over this team. But anyways, it is what it is. It's happened now. Dave Rennie is the coach. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. 19 points to 13 at the halftime break. All right. I'm going to have myself a quick break for halftime. We'll be back for all the second half action coming up after this. Thank you so much for being with us. Waste of Water Sports live each and every weekend, covering Rugby League, Rugby Union, live on YouTube. Quade Cooper's on the panel. Okay, I'm sorry. I was in the middle of promo, and there on my TV screen, in the middle of the panel, is Quade Cooper. My God. This is what he's doing these days, huh? Holy hell. Anyway. I'll be damned. Okay. Now, where was I? I was in the middle of promo. Waste to Water Sports, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on TikTok each and every weekend. wastedsports.com.au, our official website to find all the social media links and other whatnot. Cheers for being with us so far. We'll be back for the second half after this. All Blacks leading 19 points to 13. Wallabies versus Ireland coming up later this evening. West of World of Sports crew, welcome back. Halftime here, 19 points to 13 at the break. The All Blacks have stolen the lead right on the stroke of halftime. Probably a little bit undeservingly so, you got to say. France, they would have been worth every single piece of that lead had they taken it into the break. Game Amel, ahoy! A lot of improvement needed for the All Blacks in this second half. Can they come up with it? Chances are they probably will. And 1973G, my favourite Wi-Fi signal. Ahoy, mates. Tanya Godwin, send in some sun. Oh, asking Odd Popper to send some stun. Been raining, seriously windy for 2 weeks here. The odd 5 minutes of sun, a Highlands summer. Larrens is saying Jacobson off, Ardie 7, and Wallace and Gromit Satiti at number 8. He didn't call him Wallace and Gromit Satiti, by the way. That's just what I call him. Up the Chief very quickly. Who have I got winning, Broncos or Sharks? We know that I'm a Shark supporter, but the Sharks against the Broncos at Suncorp are generally atrocious. So I'd have to lean towards the Broncos, and especially a desperate Broncos team who essentially need to win every game from now on in just to even be a chance. Johnny Michael says this game so far has been pretty hardcore, and you know what we say?
You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore.
Damn right. Ollie is the best, says go, Cam Roigard. Scoring that try on the stroke of half-time. Once again, just a reminder for those on YouTube, if you've been receiving ads, unskippable ads, chances are you're not actually live right now. So just a reminder, keep an eye on the timeline down the bottom. If you've copped ads, to skip forward and come and join us in real time. Chances are you've been delayed. We have got plenty more to come here on the West of Water Sports across the weekend. I'm just looking through the schedule right now. We've got tonight at 8 p.m. the Wallabies taking on Ireland in the continuation of the Nations Championship. That will then spill over into tomorrow morning, 1:40 a.m., South Africa versus England. And I may, depending on how lively I am at the time, at 5 a.m., Argentina versus Scotland could be a good game as well. Actually, that could be, honestly, South Africa and England, that's one of the games that you would expect it to be good, but quite often isn't. Argentina versus Scotland could just quietly be the smoky of the round. That could be a hell of a game, and it could be very much worth getting up for. So we'll see. We'll see how I go as to what I'm feeling up for when it comes to the rest of the weekend's games. But one thing is for certain, one thing that we are definitely up for, it's the next 40 minutes of this one, All Blacks versus France. The All Blacks taking a lead into the break. France, though, putting on a monster of an effort. Game of Mel, how do points work for rugby? Is it like the NRL for tries? 5 points for a try in rugby union, 2 points for a conversion, but 3 points for other goals. So a penalty goal is worth 3, and a drop goal is worth 3. So it will be interesting to see what happens here in the second half. Does Luke Jacobson get another run? There's options on the bench. Jacobson's just been caught off the pace a wee bit. Here we go. Teams are out for the second half. Oh, beautiful. The referee blows the whistle. And it's the All Blacks who get us started. The kick straight down the middle, landing just inside the 22. And a French player tackled without the ball from the kickoff. Well, that's a disaster of a start to the second 40 for the All Blacks. Ardie Savea racing through, tackles the wrong player. He hedged his bets, and it didn't pay off. France immediately now to go on the attack. Finding touch over halfway. They'll get the line out. Inside the All Blacks half. They go to the front. Winning the ball uncontested. Luchu has it out the back. He'll send it into midfield. And nice hands. Adesogbe has it. Beautiful work from Jalibert popping it up to Adesogbe. And here's Labamba up the middle. Oh, he's a big unit. Beast of a man. Jalibert goes left. There's space here. Spring kicks back in field, and it's well read there by Ruben Love at the back. Nicely positioned, and he shuts that play down. But France look to drive in over the top. Lakai picks it up under pressure. All Blacks on their own 22, told to use it now. Roigard sets up the box kick. No, he dummies the box kick, and the All Blacks send it out into midfield for Jordie Barrett to clear upfield. Beautiful angle on the kick. Bounces it into touch up over halfway. Jordie Barrett making up for those errors with the hands in the first half with a monstrous boot that turns the French around. Line out throw here for France just inside their own half with 10 metres. Their own side of halfway. It goes over the top to nobody. Codie Taylor has it for the All Blacks. Well, that's worked out beautifully for the home side. And an early mistake for France now. Roigard sends it to the right for Barrett. Kicks again. Since the first one worked out so well. In behind Adesogbe, who has to make a play at it and runs it over the dead ball line. Taking it back into the in-goal area. Or over the dead ball line, sorry, Adesogbe. And it will be a line drop out here for France. Two and a half minutes gone in the second 40. The restart is deep. Up to halfway. Taken by Jordie on the full. Fires it infield for Savea. Out the back for Roigard. And now Love for Jordie Barrett. Wrapping around. Out to the right. And McKenzie loses the ball. Oh, D-Mac. The dropsies continue here for the All Blacks. It'll be a French scrum on halfway. Oh, boy. Well tackled there. Forcing that ball loose. In fairness, it wasn't a clean drop. There was pressure put on him. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. 19 points to 13 in favour of the All Blacks. But they're certainly not making it easy on themselves. That's for certain. Tania Godwin, the Scots have been going nuts over FIFA. Motorcyclist zoomed past your house at 7:30 last Saturday with a road cone on his head. Surreal and hilarious. France now on halfway. Quick pick and go. Moefana taken down by De Groot. They're inside the All Blacks territory. Luchu out to the right for Staniforth. Driven back in the tackle. And now the number 22, Hastoy. 40 metres out from the All Blacks line. Penalty to the All Blacks as France seal off at ruck time. And the All Blacks defense there, very solid. They tap and go quickly. Lakai out on that right edge. Takes it up over halfway. Oh, and high contact there. Slight high contact on Darry. No call there as Love now kicks. Dropping back nicely forward over on that left edge. Hastoy. Counter-attack is on. He brings it up to halfway. Darry manhandles him. brings him to ground. But it's still secured there for France. 5 short of halfway. They head out to Hastoy in midfield. Has to switch direction. They were coming right. He heads back left. Fletcher Newell looks to counter ruck, but still there for France. Luku has it at the back. Puts the high ball up from the box kick. And Ruben Love happy to step back and let Will Jordan take care of that. France, though, drive in over the top. Still there for Roigard. McKenzie now with the kick pass, looking for Caleb Clark. He's overcooked it. And it sets up for Adesogbe. Double pump back in field. The counter-attack is well and truly on here for France. Inside the 22. And now, Jalabert. Delayed pass out the back, in behind Adesogbe, and play breaks down. Still there for France, though, 22 metres out. Oh, it's been very scrappy from the All Blacks, just lacking that perfect execution. Their first hit out of the season under Dave Rennie. Luchu from the ground, fires it over here to the right for Gilliard. Lays it back for Luchu again. Cut out pass for Jalabert. Steps inside one. The pass is up for Adesogbe. Pops it over the top for Hastoy. Back in field and running it around under the sticks. That was a beauty of a try for France. This is a team that's here to play. Hastoy scores. Jalabert has come to life here in the second half. Adesogbe, he almost could have got there himself, which would have been great for me. But no, he had to pop it back in over the top. 19 points to 18. The kick to come to put France back on top. Oh, this has been a performance. This has been a performance. We talked about the prospect of an ambush. It's been a bloody ambush. Luchu. About 10 to the right of the post. A simple conversion. He pops it over. Well, Hastoy didn't convert it. There we go. France are back in the lead. 7.5 minutes gone in the second half. And France leading 20 points to 19. Playing down the tram lines on that right edge. Absolutely no right to score that. The All Blacks go deep with the restart. And flying up, looking to make the hit, was Caleb Clark, but he missed the man. Luku back to his feet, sets up the box kick. The exit from inside their 22. Not looking for touch, just drifts at 10 short of halfway. It's sitting up there for the All Blacks, and McKenzie has it. Running out of space on the left. He has to cut back in field. Fletcher Newell now just settles it down in midfield here for the All Blacks. Back inside their own half. But Quint Tupaia with a good run carries forward and back into the French territory. Ruben Love out on the right flank, steps back in field, makes some meters. Darry stands before he's taken a ground. McKenzie goes short for De Groot. Spins away from one as he's falling to ground. And happy to play down the short side. Codie Taylor carries forward. Quick ruck ball. Barrett with the pick and go. Lays it back for Roigard to go again. Jacobson still on the field. Oh, dear. Caleb Clark now coming in field looking for work. Roigard, cut out pass for Tupaia. Quick hands. Jordie Barrett turns it back inside for Roigard. And Cam Roigard gets a double. Cam Roigard gets 2. Almost a mirror image of what France just did moments before. Playing down the tram lines. Jordie Barrett flicks it back in field. And Cam Roigard gets a double. 23 points to 20. The kick to come. The All Blacks fans celebrate. Anything you can do, we can do better. 24-20, my apologies. Ruben Love, 10 to the left of the posts. Relatively simple conversion. Puts it down the middle. 26 points to 20, the All Blacks lead. And that was a fantastic hit back. 10 minutes gone in the second half. The All Blacks hit back. NRL videos, ahoy, mate. Well, pretty dire. Tania Godwin says 35-18, not looking like a go. Well, I mean, I would if it stays 20 points, I would consider it a fair effort in terms of prediction. France have obviously already gone above the 18 that I predicted, is what I mean. But if it goes like 1 or 2 points either way of that, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's a good effort. But that is, of course, should the scoreline stay the same and France don't come away with more points. Got a feeling that they probably will, though. 22 out from the line. They're on the attack again here, France. Staniforth burrows under. Setting up the ruck in midfield. The pick and go is the option. Trying to burrow under. And again, they keep it in tight. Lamothe. Pick and go at the back from Gazzotti. Staying down the right edge now. Jalibert for Hastoy. Hastoy's looked dangerous. Beats McKenzie. And he's brought down 5 meters out. Slow ruck ball. Luchu gets in and digs it out. Back into midfield. Big defense as Gilliard's driven backwards. Spring. They're loving this right edge. The left edge defense, the All Blacks, is obviously an area the French have targeted. And they've looked very threatening every time they come down this end. Luku. For Jalibert. Fires the pass out to the left. Stepping back in field. But well tackled by Will Jordan. The ball is loose out the back of the ruck. Penalty to France. Joining the ruck incorrectly. Jalibert taps and goes quickly. The kick pass out to the left is lost. Oh, it was there for the taking. Fabien Brobier spills it forward. He had the ball. He had the bounce. He just needed to hold on to it. Oh, through the fingertips. Butterfingers Jones. Oh, what a monster of a let-off there for the All Blacks. Monstrous let-off. All he had to do was fall on it nearly. Wow. That is a huge let-off. Xavier Numia, All Black number 1,233, onto the field he comes. The All Blacks rolling out the changes. Got time off here as the substitutes come out. Goal line dropout incoming. Time back on. Ruben Love sends it deep. The goal line restart up over halfway. Taken by Jalibert. He runs it back to the 10-meter line and puts the high ball up. It's going to land inside the 22. Batted back by France. Play on here. Luchu. Oh, it's been lost forward by the All Blacks. France playing with advantage. Picked up and straight off the base of the ruck. Nobody in defense for the All Blacks. And Fabien Breberier runs through and scores under the post, making up for his drop ball over on the left edge. France are about to take the lead. Fabien Brauborier. How do I say his name? Fabien Brauborier. They're going to check the knock on. But here, The All Blacks defense has gone to sleep. The ball spills out the side of the ruck, and there was nobody in a 5-meter radius in front of the center. And he turns Damian McKenzie inside out. Scores under the post, Brauboria. Brauboria? I don't know. I'll just call him Fabian. They're going to have a look, though. 26-25 with the kick to come from right in front. Try stands. It's been awarded. Oh, the French have come to fight. David Rennie is... Oh, they've missed a knock-on. The home crowd has just erupted into a chorus of boos as the replay goes up on the big screen, and they've missed a knock-on. They've seen the replay, and this is going to be taken away from France. The try was awarded. It's now going to be taken away. The replay's popped up on the big screen. Oh. Offspring into the face of Ruben Love. And it's going to be no try. Wow. I tell you what, talk about timing, because that try was awarded. It was given the thumbs up, and then the replay popped up on the big screen in the stadium. The referee has seen it and scrubbed it out. What timing. If Luchu had have got that kick away before the replay popped up, it would have standed. It would have standed. It would have stood. Oh, God. I promise you, it would have... Oh, I'm having a laugh over that. It would have standed. I promise you that I absolutely do speak English.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Wow. The All Blacks have... look, it's obviously the right call that's been made at the end of the day, but boy, they've dodged an almighty one there. 26 points to 20 it stays. Scrum down here for the All Blacks over on that right edge. 10 out from the line. They will still be under pressure here. Now, I've just noticed too that there's bonus points in this tournament. The All Blacks have got a bonus point for scoring 4 tries. But they've got this scrum to navigate now. It sets. Roigard feeds it. And it's a good foundation here for the All Blacks. Told to use it. Roigard sending it out into midfield. And Quint Tupai stepping back. Creating some space. Satiti out to the 22. Roigard sending it out for, hey, there's our boy, Xavier Numia, taking the carry outside the 22. Roigard now with the box kick. It's got a lot of height, but not a lot of distance. And it's taken for France, just outside the 22. Jordie Barrett comes through and makes a nuisance of himself, but it's still there for the French. The All Blacks are still under the pump here. Quick ruck ball. It's very messy, though. Luchu keeps it down the tram lines on the left. And Hastoy lays it back. He's been fantastic tonight, Hastoy. A fantastic performance. Luchu bringing it out to the right now. No, it's turned back inside. All Blacks defense in over the top. Savea looking for the turnover. And it's a clean steal. Ardie Savea got himself in over the ball and plucks it away. Now back for Love to clear from outside the 22, so has to keep it in the field of play. And France have been turned around back inside their own half. The high ball put up and coming backwards for it, Will Jordan feeds it to McKenzie. McKenzie beats one, and he's brought down 10 short of halfway. Roigard takes a couple of steps, sends it into midfield. Jordie Barrett out to the left, and standing out here is Ardie. Nowhere to go. Good defense there from France. Lomax has the ball stripped away. Now the counter-attack is on here for France. They've got the ball back again here in the All Blacks territory. Space out to the left. And again, Hastoy stepping back in field. Jordie Barrett attacks the ball. Misses. And France have it on the 22. Building nicely again as they drift from edge to edge. Some big space here on the right. Adesogbe for the corner. And Theo Adesogbe, assuming he stays in the field of play, has scored the second tick off the multi. And that, I'm sorry, was just incredibly piss-poor defense from the All Blacks. I can't describe it any other way. It was atrocious. Big space out here for France. Ruben Love, he was caught in no man's land. And Theo Adesogbe, assuming that he stays in the field of play. Yes, he does. That's a great finish. Adesogbe gets our second tick off the multi. 26 points to 25. The kick to come from the sideline, Luchu. 4 from 4 tonight. This is his most difficult kick, though. Moves in, strikes it, pushes it across the face of the posts. 26 points to 25. The All Blacks stay ahead by 1. But boy, they're being put under the pump here. What an effort this has been for France, regardless of the result. And let's see, with 2 ticks down, I'm not expecting anything really out of the cash-out offer. As a matter of fact, they're not even giving me one at all. I mean, I wasn't going to take it anyway, but yeah, that's interesting. They haven't even given me one. All Blacks with the restart, sending it into the 22. Luchu, he's going to set it up for one more play here before they exit. Box kick, you would assume, is the go-to. And it is indeed. Luchu puts the high ball up, the box kick, landing 10 short of halfway. Lost backwards by McKenzie. Jordie Barrett fires it back in field for Jacobson. It's called a knock on. And look at the emotion here, the belief in this French unit now. Another mistake from the All Blacks. Oh, boy, we talked about it. We talked about the potential of an ambush. The classic French ambush of the All Blacks. We see it time and time again. Are they about to pull off another one? Justice Gumball says, All Blacks, please, please play rugby. Mr. Moore, Mr. Morph. This game is playing out like a heavyweight fight with nothing but haymakers and defense being optional. The amount of gaps in that All Blacks defensive line is bewildering. I know it's a new coach, new squad, first hit out. But I mean, some of it has just been the basics of the game, right? Griffin Rhino. Yo, this game is so stressful. Scrum is set. Big drive here from the All Blacks, but France get it out quickly. Adesogbe on the inside ball. Turns it back for Luchu, who falls just short of the halfway line, and France get there in numbers. The pick and go. Gazzotti carries it up over halfway. Luchu with the box kick, turning the All Blacks around again. Caleb Clark plants himself under it, bobbles the ball, claims it on the second attempt. 62 minutes gone. Love thinks about kicking, feeds it on for Barrett. A better angle at the back here for McKenzie. And he kicks it into some open space. It's going to bounce just outside the 22 for Hastoy. Fires the pass back in field, and it's been coughed up. Oh, that's a monster of a mistake. That's brought the crowd to life. Hastoy tracking back for the ball, passing in field, and it's been dropped cold. The kick from McKenzie. Jalabert can't reel that ball in. Here's a big opportunity now for the All Blacks. Scrum down on the 22, just to the right of the posts, with 63 minutes gone. That could be a huge moment. Big let off here for the All Blacks. Come on, All Blacks from South Africa, says Lawai. I hope I said that correctly. Lawai Brahi. Lawai Brahi. This scrum very slow to pack. 26-25. Both teams sitting on a bonus point at the moment. France for finishing within 7. Scrum down. They bind. And set. Roigard feeds. And it's a stalemate at the moment, but the All Blacks get the second shove on. Roigard goes off down the short side. 1-on-1. And Spring brings him down. Great tackle. And again, down the short side. Satiti with the pick and go. 10 meters out. Roigard, 1 out from the ruck for Lomax. Numia. He has a crack, but he's driven back. Big defense here from France. Savea has a go. The All Blacks keeping it down the short side. The dummy from Proctor. The All Blacks keeping it in tight. Numia. Drifting back infield. Darry. Driven back. This is huge defense from France. Quick hands now for Jacobson. Carries it forward. France in off their feet over the ruck. Penalty to the All Blacks. Right out in front. France off their feet over the top of the ruck. Clint 007. Ahoy, mate. Is my clock in sync? Question, Clint. Question, and I'm having a shot at myself here. Obviously, not you for asking the question, just so that we're totally clear. Is my clock ever in bloody sync? Honestly, I'm so terrible at it. Ardie Savea says we'll have an attempt at the 3 points here. 10 meters out, right in front. It's a gift. Oh, boy. I mean, 65 minutes gone. It still doesn't put them out beyond a try. I would have thought for sure, given what happened earlier in the game, that they tap and go in this situation or put a scrum down. They've decided to take the 3 points here, and that, I believe, a testament to the French defense. Ruben Love puts it over, and it's 29 points to 29 points to 25, and exactly. Big Uzi 8, no faith in a try. This is a real bow down to the French defense. And Dave Rennie, I've seen that look before. I talked about it earlier. I've seen that look before. That's the look that he had every single week in the Wallabies coaching box. And it's not a good look. France, the restart. Lost forward by Spring. He came flying through the air. You could say that he sprung through the air. Did Max spring? Lost forward there on the 22. All Blacks with a scrum feed. Jason Callaway, ahoy, mate. Lipstick Rose, we need more tries. Come on, All Blacks, all the way from South Africa. Very interesting. A lot of, we've had a few South African All Black supporters coming through here. Now, is this expat Kiwis over in South Africa, Or is this the nature of the tournament that's been created? North versus South. Is it just South Africa, fellow Southern Hemisphere team, on board with the All Blacks? The scrum binds and doesn't even get a chance to set. They have to repack. Southern solidarity. There we go. I didn't even know that was a thing, but fantastic to know. I'll tell you what, I feel bad now, Southern solidarity, because I'll be cheering on Ireland in the next game. Ireland taking on the Wallabies. But in fairness, I am half Irish, so I think I can get away with scrapping the Southern solidarity for one moment. And a free kick here to the All Blacks. France engage early. And a free kick inside the 22. Roigard with a simple clearing kick. Sends it upfield. It's a monster of a kick from Roigard. He clears all the way up to the French 22. Now that is a huge clearing kick. Ash over on TikTok. Ahoy there, Ash. Cheers for the commentary. Can't justify a subscription just to watch the All Blacks. And even for those who do have subscriptions and can actually follow the game, it's a good time, I hope, regardless, to come and hang out with me. France take the line out, and now the maul is set. 10 short of halfway. Crabbing very close to the sideline, though. And Lucha is forced to clear upfield. Ruben Love comes forward, attacks the ball in the air, and he does well to claim it. Nice ball there, the All Blacks. As Cam Roigard scoots through up the middle, and he feeds it out to Satiti on the right edge. All Blacks up to halfway. Cam Roigard is having a game and a half, isn't he? Oh, then a loose pass out the back to Jordie Barrett. As soon as I say something good about him, he makes a mistake. It's the commentator's curse in full effect. Down the left edge now, stepping back in field. Fineanganofo takes it up over halfway. And a nice short ball for Numia. Keeps the ball alive, but France get in the way and steal the ball. There was some nice interplay there from Numia to Hannah. And now the All Blacks rip it away. Savea out to the left. Fineanganofo inside the 22. Love out the back for Jordie Barrett. McKenzie cut out pass right. And standing out here is Jacobson. Runs over the top of one. Hands it off to Will Jordan. And Jordan gets a double. Oh, Will Jordan coming through. Cam Roigard with a double. Jordan with a double. It was messy, but they got the job done. Try for Will Jordan. Jacobson, after having a rough night, with the try assist. Ash, no, I completely understood, my friend, that you meant the Stan subscription. It's pricey. I can tell you firsthand, it's pricey. Now, obviously, I have the benefit of doing content creation as Ruben Love pushes it across the face of the posts. 34 points to 25, it stays. Yeah, so obviously I get to soften the blow of the Stan Sports subscription a wee bit because I run this as an actual business. So it's expensive, though, because it's an add-on as well, by the way. For those who don't know, you have to pay for the Stan subscription and an extra 10 or 15. Ardie Savea straight up the middle from the kickoff. Yeah, and it's an extra like $15 for the sports add-on. McKenzie pops it in field, intercept, and France have it on the 22. Oh, this helter-skelter back-and-forth game. Beautiful to watch. I missed a couple of chats there. I apologize. Colby Jones. You found the stream while looking for a bootleg. Sorry I couldn't help you with the bootleg, but I appreciate the kind words and the subscription nonetheless on YouTube. Jalabert kicks it in behind Ruben Love. Shadows it into touch. And it will be a defensive line out here for the All Blacks. 5 out from their own line. Pressure still. Pressure cooker of a game. They fire it in over the top into midfield. Satiti has it. That was a risky play. Roigard keeps it in tight. Thought he was going to go the clearing kick. They're right on their own goal line here, the All Blacks. Roigard now does box kick. Clearing upfield, gets another solid purchase on it. And it's taken by Ardie Savea in touch, 10 short of halfway. No thought of going quickly there. Buck Rogers. Cheers, mate, for the heart me over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. France now 7 minutes to play. Ardie Savea has to switch direction, comes back in field. 30 meters out, Luchu. Sending it over now for is it Montague? I do apologize. Some of the French players I do not know. So this is my first time even seeing their names. Jalabert, quick hands onto Hastoy. They've worked well as combination tonight. Jalabert again goes short for Ardie Savea. Steps inside one, beats a second. Jordie Barrett rips the ball away, but still there for France on that left edge. Ticks it on, taken just outside the 22. They've lost some ground here. Oh, the All Blacks have come through offside. Penalty advantage. The kick in over the top. McKenzie's got it. And they'll come back for that penalty. 34 points to 25. 6 minutes to play. Jalabert's down in back play. They'll come back for the penalty here. The All Blacks coming through too quickly at ruck time. Waste of World of Sports. The action continues here. The Nations Championship carries on. Later tonight, we've got Australia versus Ireland. I apologize that the Southern solidarity is out the window for me. I have to go for Ireland. Well, I don't have to, but I am going to go for Ireland. And then, of course, we've got a blockbuster coming up at 1 a.m. or thereabouts, my time. Springboks taking on England as the Nations Championship kicks off. 5 minutes left to play. 34-25. You would think that they've done enough now as Cortez Ratama on the field. Fresh legs. Cam Roigard leaving the field. Round of applause for him. 2 tries. Some fantastic work in and around the rucks. A beast of a performance from Cameron Roigard. Scrum down. 22 meters out for France, right in front. I tell you what, it'll be an absolutely chaotic end of this game if they score a try here. Wayne Stretch, ahoy, mate. Fingers crossed that I'll be awake and streaming the Springboks versus England. Fingers crossed. Still waiting for this scrum to pack. 22 meters out, right in front. And a free kick. The All Blacks shove early. France go quickly. Out to the left. Jalibert on for Spring. Cuts back in field. 10 metres out on that left edge. Back into midfield. They come closer to the posts. Still there for France. It's still an opportunity. 15 metres out from the line. 34-25. A try would make it very interesting. Hastoy goes in and away. Brought down 10 metres out. Staying down the right edge. The Portier. Very close to the sideline. Back in field. Gilliard lays it back 10 metres out. Into midfield they go. Across in front of the post. The All Blacks defence comes up. Savea's in over the ball. Oh, he doesn't get the call, Ardie. He had hands on there for a long time. It's still on here for France. 10 metres out just to the right of the posts. France with 3 minutes left. Can they put some pressure on to the final stages of the game? Mofana, 5 out. The crash ball. France are over the line, reaching out and planting it down to score. Who's got the try? With Jalibert. Jalibert angling back in towards the posts. Oh, we've got a big finish. Jalibert scores. It's 34-30, and there's still a couple of minutes to go. Strap yourself in. Get yourself ready. Jalibert scores. Yeah, cheeky little... Just popped off for a cheeky little whiz. I apologise. 34 points to 32. As the conversion is successful. And we have got 2 minutes. The All Blacks are going to restart. And they're going to send it deep. And for 2 minutes... France are going to throw every last ounce of energy at the All Blacks. The kick taken on the 22. Oh, and they box kick clear. I would have thought they'd keep it through the hands, looking to force a mistake. Jordie Barrett takes it on halfway, and he sets it up back in midfield. Ratama has it at the back. Ratama, confusion around the ruck. Lays it back. Darry goes into play scrum half. Tupai. Taken in the tackle. And the All Blacks now just have to control this ball for the last minute. It was an odd call, the box kick. I thought they would have just thrown it through the hands with nothing left to lose, really. 40 metres out from the line, the All Blacks just keeping it in tight. France need to get their hands on the ball. Ratama. Pops it up for the Lomax. France drive through. They can't get their hands on it. Ratama keeping it down the left edge. Hannah lays it back. 30 seconds to go. France just can't get their hands on it. I don't know why they kicked it away. Satiti driven back. France piling through here. This is their opportunity. The All Blacks counter ruck. Told to use it. There's only 10 seconds left. They have closed this out perfectly. I don't know why France kicked the ball away. I really don't understand it. The All Blacks have it at the back. Ratama fires it back. And Jordie Barrett plugs it into touch. Oh, honestly, I was all set for that. I was all set for the end of that game. I was all set for the All Blacks to kick deep for the restart and France just throw absolutely everything at them. They box kick on the first ruck, and then they never get their hands on the ball again. It was an odd decision, in my opinion. Odd decision to not keep it through the hands. 34 points to 32, but can we applaud the effort from this young, inexperienced French team? Yes, they had some old heads there. Oh, but boy, they put an almighty scare up the All Blacks there. It was epic squeaky bum time, I'm sure, for Dave Rennie up there in the coach's box. And the Nations Championship, this new initiative from World Rugby, couldn't have got off to a better start. A 2-point game in the end. Well, I tell you what, my prediction at the start was, what did I say? 35 points to 18. Yeah, I think I said 35 points to 18 to the All Blacks. Well, I got very, very close with the 35. I got nowhere near the French scoreline, though. Wow, they put on a performance, and they very nearly stole it at the end. I think they might look back on that decision, the box kick from the kickoff. I think if Luchu came off in the 75th minute, I think if Luchu's out there, he doesn't make that call. The more experienced player, I think that he would have kept that ball in hand. They needed to throw everything at it, basically. Under 2 minutes left to play, trailing by 2 points. I don't understand why you kick the ball back to the opposition. And especially when the kick didn't even turn them around into their own half. I could understand if you put the ball downfield, you're able to put it in a position where you can compete for the high ball in their own half and potentially force a turnover or a penalty at ruck time. But from the position that they were in, I think France, they needed to go through the phases a little bit to at least get themselves in a position where the kick was a bit more of a 50-50 their way. But yeah, it was really bizarre. Just from the kickoff, one ruck, box kick, never got their hands on the ball again for the final minute and a half. It was a disappointing end. I was ready. I snuck off and had a whiz so that I was ready for the final couple of minutes and I didn't have to take any more breaks. But no, bizarre end of the game. Player of the match, Cam Roigard, no surprise there. 2 tries, 9 carries for 55 meters and 4 line breaks. He was absolutely on fire. I've been waiting for the next Aaron Smith, and we might just have found him. 34 points to 32. Ardie Savea's got half his ear hanging off. I realise that's just the bandage. Gushing out blood. He's been through the wars, Ardie. Jason Calloway, can you ask what it does, the XP points on the YouTube chat? Nothing really. There is a leaderboard. Odd Poppet is tied with Tania Godwin at the top of the leaderboard for this stream. So, yeah. It doesn't do a whole lot, really. It's just a little recognition. If you're the top fan in the YouTube chat for this particular stream, Odd Poppet and Tania Godwin all level on top. Peter Cram, you really appreciate that. Didn't have a spare $29 to get the day pass for Sky Sport. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it. Cheers, Peter. I appreciate the kind words. And for those interested, I do this each and every weekend. Wasted World of Sports alternative commentary for Rugby League and Rugby Union each and every week. I mean, the way that I like to think of it is we're all hanging out at a sports bar watching the game together. That's the way I like to think of this community here. Wasted World of Sports. We all hang out at the sports bar watching the game together. It's just that the sports bar happens to be online because we're all from different parts of the world. Oh, boy. Whew. Holy hell. 34 points to 32. France put the almighty Wobblies up the All Blacks tonight. Clint 007, cheers, mate, for the super chat on YouTube. Much appreciated, my friend. No, Captain Morgan's, my friend. For those wondering, my drink of choice when I'm watching the footy, Captain Morgan's original spiced. Beautiful for a pirate like myself. Okay, Wasted Water Sports crew. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. I do have to have a quick break. Well, when I say a quick break, I mean it'll be like an hour, I think. But coming up, this Nations Championship continues. Australia taking on Ireland. Yes, it is indeed. It's in about an hour's time, so I need to get a move on. I've still got to set up all the graphics and everything for it. Brand new competition, so it means all this stuff, all the players and whatnot. It means I've got to go get that set up for the next game. So thank you so much for joining me for this one. I better get everything ready. Australia versus Ireland coming up back here on Wasted Water Sports in about an hour. Cheers. Oh, Odd Poppet says, Dan, could I request a quick song? The new one. Sweet Pea, ahoy. Jade says, please stream Bronx versus Sharkies. I'll have it on in the background. I'll definitely be following along. But anyways, yes, Wallabies versus Ireland coming up in about, less than an hour now. Feel free to come along and join us. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do. We hang out. We watch the game together if you've got access to it. If you don't have access to it, I try my utmost best to call the action for you to follow along with. Wallabies versus Ireland coming up very, very soon. So, feel free to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, follow on TikTok, and we'll be back very, very soon. Cheers. That awkward silence while I try and find the button to close down. There we go.
Sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey! Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 ahoy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and teddy pants less. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and then we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We jokes and post-match tales. All the big goofs and epic fails. We're not so serious and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy! Ahoy! We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in a world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Wasted world of sports, here's to more cheers. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.